To the outside world, the Atkins family seemed like any other young couple navigating the joys and challenges of parenthood. 24-year-old Annastacia Atkins had found love with 29-year-old Dakota Shawn Hays. Together, they were raising Anastasia's 2-year-old son, a lively and curious toddler who was just beginning to explore the world around him. They lived in a quiet neighborhood in Arkansas, where life moved slowly, and for the most part, everyone felt safe. But on June 17, 2024, the peaceful facade of their home was shattered. Emergency services were called to their house, where they discovered the young boy unresponsive in the backyard pool. The community would soon learn that what appeared to be a tragic accident was something far more sinister. When first responders arrived, they found Dakota Hays frantic, trying to explain that the boy had accidentally drowned. He claimed the toddler had been playing too close to the pool and slipped in. It's the kind of nightmare every parent fears, the kind that makes you double and triple check every door lock and pool gate. But as the paramedics worked desperately to revive the child, something didn't sit right. His injuries didn't align with a simple drowning. Still, at first, the incident was treated as a tragic accident. No one wanted to believe there could be anything more to the story. But then, the autopsy report came back, and that information would change everything. The medical examiner found that the boy had sustained traumatic injuries that were inconsistent with an accidental fall into the pool. There were signs of bruising, physical trauma, and prolonged oxygen deprivation, evidence that pointed to something much darker. According to the Kansas City Star, the Crawford County Sheriff's Office said Dakota Shawn Hays was trying to help the boy learn how to swim as he and Annastacia Grace Atkins were in a pool with 2 other children, according to KNWA. One of the other kids told deputies that Dakota Hays was throwing the boy into the water, 5 News reported, citing court documents. The toddler was also observed being pushed underwater to retrieve items at the bottom of the pool. As investigators pieced together the events of that day, they uncovered chilling details. Witnesses came forward, revealing that Dakota Hays had indeed been seen throwing the toddler into the pool repeatedly, under the guise of teaching him how to swim. It wasn't playful or gentle, it was forceful, aggressive, and relentless. The boy's cries of fear and distress went ignored. Imagine being that small, just 2 years old, and facing the unrelenting terror of being thrown into deep water over and over again. The helplessness, the confusion, the desperate gasps for air. It wasn't swimming lessons, it was torment. And it was happening right in the backyard of a home where the child was supposed to feel safe. As a mother, this is unimaginable to me. I cannot stand to see my daughter in any kind of pain or distress, and I do whatever I can to relieve her pain when she is sick or in need of comfort. This man was intentionally causing pain and fear in this child by tormenting him relentlessly. But this wasn't just Dakota's crime. As investigators delved deeper, they began to question Annastacia Atkins. Could she have stopped it? Did she know what was happening? The answers to those questions were even more devastating. Authorities charged Annastacia with permitting the abuse of a minor and endangering the welfare of her own child. Evidence suggested that she had witnessed the harsh treatment and, for reasons we may never fully understand, had chosen not to intervene. Her child's desperate cries of terror went unanswered by the one person in the world entrusted to protect him. She failed him, and he paid the ultimate price. After the investigation was completed, Dakota Shawn Hays was arrested and charged with first-degree murder on January 13, 2025. His bond was set at $500,000, ensuring he wouldn't see the light of day anytime soon. Annastacia, the grieving mother who had failed to protect her son, faced her own charges of permitting the abuse of a minor and also first-degree murder for the death of her son. In the aftermath of the toddler's death, the community was left reeling. How could such cruelty happen in plain sight? How could no one intervene before it was too late? A vigil was held outside the home, candles illuminating tear-streaked faces as neighbors gathered to honor the boy's short life. For many, it was a moment of reckoning, an urgent reminder to speak up, even when it feels uncomfortable. This case is as heartbreaking as it is horrifying. A little boy lost his life not because of an unavoidable accident, but because of the very people who were supposed to protect him. It's true that abuse often hides behind closed doors, and sometimes even behind the smiles of seemingly normal families. As the legal proceedings unfold, one can only hope that justice will be served, and that this story sparks vigilance in communities everywhere. If you suspect child abuse, call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4A-CHILD or 1-800-422-4453, or go to www.childhelp.org. All calls are toll-free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 languages. If you see something, say something, you just might save a life. Thank you for watching, and if this story moved you, please consider subscribing to my channel, The Midnight Files, where I have plenty of creepy video for you to binge, and I try to upload a new video a few times a week. Until next time, please stay safe out there, and as always, stay curious.